It's not a surprise to us that some people live their lives in regret. For those of you who have lived in regret before or now, we know how difficult it can be. To carry that burden is a daunting task, and not everyone is equipped to handle that. Looking back on our lives, we may regret a few things, some not so much. But the past stays in the past, and it's important to know that we still have control over our future. Before we continue, please subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell to get updated with our videos. Today, we will be talking about warning your future regrets and how to avoid them. Don't take your loved ones for granted. It's a complicated relationship with our loved one. Whether it be friends or family, we can easily take for granted the people who are closest to us. We're so used to them by our side every day that there are times we can see them as an afterthought. But it's important to remember that while we still have our time with them, that we make the most of it. Life is a precious thing, and without warning, it can easily be taken away. The last thing you'd want to happen is lose someone very important to you and look back in regret that you didn't spend more time with them. As the famous movie line goes, family, it's all we got. Next time you see your parents, give them a tight hug. When you see your friends, take the time for a cup of coffee, even if just for a few minutes. As your kids walk up to you, tell them you love them and kiss them on the cheek. Make the most with every moment you have with the people most important to you. Do something your future self will be thankful for. We're not time travelers here. Nobody knows exactly how the future is going to play out. But what we can do is to make sound decisions in the present that will help stabilize our future. It never hurt anyone to focus on their future, for the future can bring on a lot of uncertainty. But at the same time, taking yourself out of the present can indeed be useful. It may sound a bit corny, but never mind about that. Ask yourself this question: what does your future self hope you'll be able to do today? There's no need to be overwhelmed. We're not saying that you should devise this grand master plan on the journey of life. But instead, take the time to be aware that while the present is important, it will quickly become the past. And while we are aware of this, a clear vision of the future is something that we can look forward to. But at the same time, we should find the perfect balance with our next point. Live in the moment. Quite contradictory, don't you think? Well, not exactly. While we mentioned earlier that it's important to not get so caught up in the present, the same goes vice versa. Don't get so caught up to the future as well. It's important to find the right balance between the present and the future. If we're too focused on the future, we're at risk of letting a little bit of ourselves go in the present. But the present is now, as we draw each breath, as we take the time to be mindful of our surroundings. It's important to remember that there's nothing wrong with securing our future, but not at the expense of the present. Let's live our life. You've been saving money for that dream house or dream investment for the future. Don't forget to treat yourself every now and then. Buy some cigars, open a bottle of whiskey, plan a spontaneous quick trip with friends and family. Let's not get so caught up with wondering what the future will be like when there's still so much to do and accomplish today. Present and future, we must find the balance. Be brave enough to fail. With failure comes wisdom. There are things in life that we can only learn not when we are at our highest point, but when we are at our lowest. The fact of the matter is, it doesn't matter how good or how bad you have it in life right now. At some point in your life, you're going to fail. And when you do fail, be proud of yourself. Because we know you were brave enough to take a shot at it. You may have missed, yes, but if you didn't take that shot, you would have missed as well. You don't want to be old and grumpy and look back on the risks you could have taken. Do yourself a favor and take those risks today. And when we do fail after taking those risks, take the time to learn from it. How many shots did Michael Jordan miss in his career? How many times did he get bounced out of the early rounds of the playoffs? Did that stop him? No. He took the time to learn from his mistakes, and he was never afraid of failing. And what was the result? He became the greatest of all time. Be true to yourself. It can be a scary thing to let people know who you really are. Often, we don't want them to know who we are, and we end up putting on masks. We put on masks because we don't want people to judge us, and we end up trying to fit in by pretending to be someone we are not. Let's make this clear: you should never ever be ashamed of who you are, and you should never exist for the approval of others. Stop trying to be someone else, stop trying to fit in, and simply just be who you are and find peace with it. There are some people who realize this and feel they could have realized it sooner. Let's not fall into the same trap, because if we keep living our life pretending to be someone else, we will regret it. There's no need to copy someone else or project a certain image that really isn't for you. The most inspiring people in the world are the ones that stay true to themselves. Take care of your health. We can't stress this one enough, as it is so easy to let ourselves go as the years go by. But as early as now, we can't take our health for granted, both our physical and our mental health. Our health is our life. If we disregard our health, our life will be drastically affected. It's never too late to start now, if you haven't already. Take the time to exercise regularly, to eat right, and to keep your mental state sharp and focus. More often than not, people only start worrying about their health when there is a problem or when they start feeling under the weather. For some, it might be too late. So, as long as we have the luxury of time, we owe it to ourselves to watch over our health. It's time to start building good habits and take the time to exercise our body and our minds religiously. Because let's be real, we don't want to start taking care of ourselves when it's already too late. Which part did you find most helpful? Any other things that you suggest in order to avoid any future regrets? Drop a comment below and let us know what you think. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell so you'll get notified when we drop a new video. Stay still in your seats and don't go anywhere. Stay on this channel and the next video will be playing shortly. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, Morrongo TV. Motivation, inspiration, fun.